Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another solo queue high ELO commentary by Insigma Theory. That's right, I'm bringing to you another high ELO League of Legends commentary right here on my channel. So, we have some pretty interesting players coming into this match. I do know that CrsLiquid112 is actually CrsSaintvicious at the moment, so I do know of that. So he is going top lane Mundo. I know Liquid11 is obviously Liquid, but I'm not actually sure whether it's anyone else at this point. So without any further ado, let's get into the game and talk about what's going on. So we do have Hacker V2. This is actually the person I'm spectating, so shout out to Hacker V2 letting me watch in on these games. He's going to be playing Jungle Amumu for the red side. Mr. Wish playing Miss Fortune as the AD carry, Liquid11 as Zillion in mid. We do have MVP, Minky Whale as Lulu support, and CrsLiquid as of this point. During this game, we do have CrsSaintvicious playing top lane Mundo. On the blue team, we have Orianna being played by Flying Egg for AP mid. SG Void Eternal playing Lee Sin for the jungle. Bears64 with that Tristana AD carry. Monkey Barf is actually playing Riven as the top lane, and then we have Organism playing support Sona. So it looks like blue team is going for an invade on the blue side jungle. Right now they all are waiting in this bush at the point. And they might be, yeah, it looks like they're just going to be waiting for that timing to go in. See, if they all went in right now, there's a good chance that somebody would be here to see them happen. But since the wolves spawn at 140, it's pretty standard for most people to head over here at around 130 to 135. So yeah, just right on cue, that's when these guys come. We've got Monkey Barf, he did go back to lane. Here we go, SG Void Eternal hitting into this blue buff bush. They have no idea at this point. Hacker is getting those wolves. Miss Fortune and Lulu actually go down. Lulu gets taken out by Orianna. Miss Fortune actually makes it out. Bears64 W's over the wall and then flashes back across. First blood gets taken by Orianna there, and then second goes to Tristana. So that was a really good invade. There wasn't much that purple side could actually do about that besides ward and possibly get out of it. So they did take the blue buff, but he didn't clear it to make sure that that just spent as much time possible delaying that Amumu. Now see, it's actually very common for the Amumu to get invaded on, mostly because Amumu really relies on that blue buff. It's actually less necessary than it used to be at this point, but it's still a very it really does mess up Amumu. So when Hacker V2 didn't get his blue buff, he's now going to be really slow. It looks like Orianna might be getting the first blue buff on the blue side. It looks like now Lee Sin just needed a bit of a leash as he still wasn't level 3. So top lane we've got Mundo actually, whoa, Mundo actually took the red while everyone was bot lane and getting invaded. CrsSaintvicious actually did take the red. So this is actually something we've seen a lot of in competitive play. Where the top lane or the bottom lane, if say you send an Olaf or a Yorick bot lane, they get the blue buff to help use that 1v2, and then top lane, they're getting the red buff to help win them in lane. So right now, Miss Fortune was putting on some pressure, but Sona and Tristana are able to out-harass this lane. Top lane looks like they're getting a lot of pressure on. A gank could be happening top lane. I just want to keep an eye on both to see what's going down. Mid lane is just getting pushed here by Liquid11. Top lane Riven doing some damage to Mundo. And there comes Lee Sin, safeguarding to a minion and then walking back, getting out safely from here. Riven looks like she's going back, probably going to buy a Doran's Blade at this point. Yeah, there it is. First Doran's Blade coming out from Riven. 21 CS Riven, 20 CS top lane Mundo. We do have 19 CS Orianna to the 16 of Zillion mid, and then we do have, it looks like 12 CS from Tristana to the 18 CS of Miss Fortune. So yeah, the blue team did get a really early advantage with that first blood, those 2 kills when they invaded earlier on. But it looks like bottom lane is able to get a foothold and just say, you know what, we're not going down without a fight, and that's exactly what's going on. So Monkey Barf letting his jungler know that the Mundo warded right there. He pinged that out, and here it comes. Hacker V2 coming in for a gank up at top lane. Now Riven has this river warded, and it looks like she's going to stay safe and back out of it. Yeah, here comes down the ping. Get out. It's obviously warded. Don't waste your time. So there goes Mumu heading back down the river. Might be looking to gank towards mid. There is a ping coming down, so there is a good chance that here it comes. Hacker V2 coming in from the side. Makes it up towards the river. Orianna makes it down towards the side brush, waiting for Lee Sin to come back into it. And looks like everyone's going to make it out of here pretty safe and sound. Currently, Lee Sin is level 4, and he does have 19 CS. At this point, though, Hacker V2 as Mumu is level 3 and pretty low from that invade. Here he goes, just catching up to level 4, but he does have 22 CS, so he is slightly ahead in that factor, but very, very small amount. So there comes bandaging in, trying to keep his jungle safe, just clearing things out. Lee Sin did get the big Wraith at that point, and right now we do have Misfortune still just farming up bottom lane. She does have 1 Doran's Blade, boots, and a couple of potions, as Lulu doesn't really have much sustain other than that shield. But Misfortune is at 30 CS, whereas Tristana is at 24. Now Tristana does have the money from that first kill plus that assist on first blood, so she does have level 2 boots as well as Doran's Blade. Looks like there's some harass going down. Sona Q, power chord Q, doing a ton of damage to that Misfortune, taking her down to just about half health, a little bit of help from Tristana. Hacker V2 looking to make something happen towards mid lane here, coming up from behind the river. Flying Egg, may not be worried about it, and there it goes, just canceling out of that, staying safe, knowing that it probably wasn't going to be a kill. But what happens here? Tristana jumps onto Misfortune bot lane, exhaust going down on Misfortune from Zona. Both of them get taken out at this point. Mundo actually gets taken down during this entire fact, with that Riven having her ult up, doing loads of damage. Now Mundo, CrsSaintvicious actually in response buys 2 Doran's shields, as that health and that armor plus that health regen is just, it's actually a lot considering how much the Doran's shield costs. And there it is, Lulu actually gets taken out by that Lee Sin coming towards bot. So both of these, the purple side, both of them did dive bot lane. However, they did get a kill, during which went down on Tristana. So score at this point, Tristana 2 kills, 1 death, 1 assist with 28 CS. Misfortune 38 CS but has 2 deaths and 1 assist. So it looks like Tristana is ahead because of the first blood assist gold rather than because of the last hitting. Top lane Mundo at 39 CS with 1 death versus Riven with 55 CS and 1 kill. She is building towards a Brutalizer, but she does have a Vampire Acceptor and a Doran's Blade. Mid lane, we do have Zillion at 46 CS, just bought 2 Doran's Rings. Coming back to lane with a couple of Doran's Rings, some wards and potions. 46 CS, no kills, no deaths, versus Orianna with 56 CS, has 1 kill and 1 death. So it looks like there it is. CrsSaintvicious trying to just farm up in lane, pops his ult, does some damage up to Monkey Barf. Monkey Barf has his ult, takes CrsSaintvicious down at just the right time before she gets taken out. CrsSaintvicious here really having some trouble keeping up in lane. Blue side has 12,100 gold. None of the turrets have been down. It looks like dragons have been safe as well. They have 6 kills versus the 2 kills on the red side at 10,000 gold. So it looks like Tristana was left alone there. Bottom lane, she might actually get taken out, but Tristana jumps away, keeping herself pretty safe. Lee Sin giving the blue buff. Oh no, Lee Sin actually accidentally taken the blue buff away from Orianna. Probably was a wriggle proc, keeping that blue buff away just on accident, as that does happen from time to time, as that is a random number generator instance. So it looks like Lulu and Misfortune backed. Misfortune currently buying 2 Doran's Blades, a Vampiric Scepter, and level 2 boots, whereas Tristana only has 1 Doran's Blade and a Vampiric Scepter, but she does have quite a bit of money, so she might be rushing that BF sword into either a Bloodthirster or a Infinity Edge. It just kind of depends on where she goes from here. So it looks like Liquid, or the CrsSaintvicious, using that Q to harass the Riven as much as possible. Riven, as usual, leveling up her Q first, focusing on that one. Lee Sin actually invading in the jungle here. Liquid coming into the bush, but he does not see Lee. Both of them are setting up for this. Tristana is coming up now from bot lane as well. That is warded, so they do see this, but looks like the purple side has not yet seen this. Tristana comes in. Orianna ults onto the blue buff. It looks like, it doesn't look like they'll make it out. Zilean ults himself. Zilean is taken down. Lee Sin finally gets down on Amumu. Zilean actually might make it out alive on this one. Tristana jumps over the wall, hits onto Zilean. Zilean gets taken out. Binky Well gets taken out as well. Now, Misfortune was ulted, but now she has that exhaust on her. Is she going to make it out of this one alive? That is a lot of damage coming in from the two of them. Lee Sin is really low, but the kick from Lee Sin finally finishes her off. But the ult from Misfortune as well finished off that Sona. Wow, this game is just so much action going on top of it. Both of them right now just trading hits. Mundo does not have his ult up yet. It is up in about 18 seconds, so he's going to have to force himself out of the lane. As that Brutalizer is just, it's just too much, especially with the 2 Doran shields. That is only 20 armor from that, but he does have the 18 armor from the cloth as well. So he's actually, that Brutalizer is just really, just running through that armor. That low amount of armor from the Mundo. There he is. Mundo getting dived on. He gets taken out. Monkey Barf coming out of this alive and just under half health. Amumu heading towards top, and it looks like right now Tristana actually hitting down on Lulu. Polymorph comes down. Lee Sin coming in with about half health. Now that Riven did make it out alive. Top lane, but Zilean actually coming in from the mid. Ultimate goes down on top of Lulu. Lulu gets taken out by Lee Sin. Here comes Zilean dropping a bomb on Sona, but Lee Sin kicking that Zilean back, stopping that Misfortune in its tracks. But oh no, Amumu actually almost got taken out there by that Riven. Now Riven is just a huge snowbally champ. So when she does get that early lead, especially on a Mundo that does not have nearly as much harass, he's just going to end up losing all of those trades. Riven is just going to come out on top. So Orianna still has that level 1 boost, but she does have a really quick Athene's Unholy Grail. Zilean at this point still has his level 1 boots, but he's building towards a, it looks like either possibly a death cap, but he does have that blasting one, so he does have a lot of choices right now. Blue side pinging towards Dragon, looking like they're going to want to make something happen here pretty quickly. Misfortune stuck farming at the turret. CrsSaintvicious just pushing top. Really trying to keep the pressure on Riven, trying to keep her from roaming, but it looks like blue team there going towards the Dragon. No wards have been happening from the purple side, so they really don't have any idea about this, but it is 12-4 in the favor of blue side with 5,000 more gold. It looks like 5,500 more gold here from the purple side. CrsSaintvicious slowing Riven down with that Q. And it looks like a gank was happening here towards bottom lane. Lulu flashing over the wall, keeping herself alive, and Misfortune actually got out of that one alive as well. But it did look like they were going towards Dragon, to check that out. And there comes Lee Sin hopping over the wall with the ward, safeguarding Hacker B2, landing that bandage toss. Ult on both ults onto Lee Sin. Lee Sin actually gets taken down. Misfortune gets the kill, as well as the red buff, but it looks like those two are going to get away. Zilean coming in from the mid lane as well down the river. He gets slowed there by Sona. Orianna coming in from behind Lulu. Lulu actually might get caught here. She did get caught in between the 3 of them. That slow did keep her down. Orianna ult keeps her in place. Now, both of them doing a ton of damage. Orianna actually gets taken down as well. Zilean and Lulu are extremely low from that fight. But it looks like they might make it out safe. Oh no, Riven is actually heading down towards the river, but they do not have a ward to see this one yet. It looks like they're just naturally holding this one out and saying, no, I don't like this. Riven is Mia. But CrsSaintvicious is actually in that trade, going to be taking top turret. So all that time Riven spent walking from top lane all the way to bottom. Oh my gosh, that ult actually hits onto Zilean. I actually got to back this up because the camera kind of messed up there. I actually got to back this one up to make sure we see this. this Zillion coming in. Alright, so Zillion actually heads back towards the turret. Riven popping on with that flash, the Qs, and the ult, and Zillion actually saves himself with his ult. Wow, holy cow, that last second Zillion ult keeping him alive. 22,000 gold for blue side to the 18,000 gold, 18.3 thousand gold for purple. Now, CrsSaintvicious in this time did get that top turret. So all that time, Riven spent walking bot to just maybe get a kill on that Zillion, which obviously didn't work out. But that was really, really close, though. It's actually slightly wasted. Riven would have been much better staying top, pushing back against Mundo and keeping his tower. But he did head bot to try to help out his team. Misfortune here looks like she wants to get put forward, do a ton of damage. She is hitting that Sona pretty hard. They are trying to harass Sona to keep a focus on her, keep her own focus on her rather than on her AD carry. But CrsSaintvicious actually looks like he might get taken down. Riven does not have his ult, but the Ignite was able to finish off CrsSaintvicious and keep his ult from healing himself quite a bit. Orianna did get her blue buff this time, it looks like. Harassing Zillion out with a lot of Qs and Ws. So it looks like Zillion might actually be, yeah, he is building towards a Rod of Ages. A little bit late to get the Catalyst, but headed towards that Rod of Ages. Zillion checking the red buff right now. He does see Lee Sin, but he is really low. Let's see, Zillion does not have his ult at this point. He does flash over the wall and speeds himself up out of this, but Riven, oh no, Riven has her ult. She might take down Zillion. The ult comes off from Riven, taking down Zillion. Lee Sin grabbing a couple of turret hits to keep Riven alive just a little bit longer. Bandage shots from Riven coming out, trying to get himself back out of this. Orianna ult keeping CrsSaintvicious away from that Riven. Riven actually popping back into this with her stun and her shield to keep herself moving so that CrsSaintvicious cannot get her. Those three are extremely low. CrsSaintvicious does not have his ult right now, so he can't get back into this. And Orianna actually picks him off. Holy cow, blue team is just tearing through this. These engages are going on. I don't even have the words for this one, but right now Sona actually ulted onto Misfortune, keeping herself alive, but Lulu kept the pressure on to Sona. Sona gets taken down, Lulu gets taken down, and Tristana gets finished off by Misfortune. So that's 2 kills for Misfortune for that engage, and 1 kill for Tristana. Taking a look at the scores right now, Misfortune sitting at 98 CS with 4 kills, 3 deaths, and 4 assists versus Tristana, who's not actually spawned back up yet. Tristana, who has 83 CS, so she's down in CS, but has 3 kills, 3 deaths, and 6 assists. So a few more assists, 1 less death. It's pretty even if we actually take a look at the gold count. That's 5,600 gold for Misfortune and 4,800 for Tristana. So obviously Misfortune is ahead by a little bit, but they're still pretty close. That's just about one. You know, it's obviously a little more than 1 Doran's Blade or 1 Vampiric Scepter, but that could make the difference. Now, Misfortune did rush that Bloodthirster, as she doesn't have that sustain from a healing support. So, actually, Amumu getting caught out on top by that Riven, flashing back over the Riven, avoiding her ult, but it looks like Riven actually might be able to keep herself into this one. Hacker gets taken down by that flash from Riven, but he did blow a flash, the ult, and quite a bit of time for CrsSaintvicious to possibly take her back out. Now, she hasn't turned around to fight yet, but there is that stun coming down, holding CrsSaintvicious off. The last cleaver does land. Here comes Zillion. That 1 bomb, there is an exhaust on it from Zillion. Or from Mundo. Mundo actually takes down Riven at this point. Zillion ult coming down on top of Mundo. But here comes Lee Sin from the back. Zillion looks like he's going to get taken down. Zillion gets taken out by Lee Sin. Mundo actually might take out. There it goes. Mundo takes out Orianna. And Lee Sin cleans up after the fact. But holy cow, that engagement. That Amumu, who flashed over the Riven, keeping himself alive from that ultimate, was just huge. Huge. It kept the Riven there so long that CrsSaintvicious can just work away on it. It looks like Lee Sin possibly going to be diving against that Amumu. Amumu is quite behind, but there is that ult holding Lee Sin inside of the turret range, and all the while bot lane getting taken down. If we actually go back about 15 seconds here, we want to see what happened here bot lane. Now Misfortune actually dived on top of Sona. There it is, Sona ult coming off, holding Misfortune. There's the exhaust, keeping Misfortune's damage down. Tristana dropping onto Misfortune, taking her out, and then having that cooldown be refreshed so she can focus down Lulu as well. So at this point, 22 kills on the red side to 10 kills on purple. Obviously, it's really going in favor of that red side, and I gotta say, probably the MVP here is a fight between Riven and Lee Sin. Lee Sin having 7 kills, 1 death, and 6 assists has just been all over the map, cleaning up and initiating all the best fights. But Riven at that point has just been snowballing top so hard. I don't know if CrsSaintvicious is able to keep up with it. Now, CrsSaintvicious coming down on top of Tristana. Sona does not have her ult anymore. She did use it in that last fight. There's that Zillion bomb actually going to take down Tristana as well. Sona getting caught under the turret. Is CrsSaintvicious going to make it out of this one alive with a kill? CrsSaintvicious taking a lot of damage. Turret takes down CrsSaintvicious. As Zillion makes it out alive this one, but here comes Orianna from the river. That Orianna ult keeping Misfortune away. Zillion and Misfortune both working away at Orianna. Lulu comes down for some help, and there it is. Orianna gets taken out. Riven just constantly pushing that top lane at this point. She's just putting so much pressure on it. Looks like she is going to take this turret out. Now that is the second tier turret. Both teams have taken out one turret. They have been on top lane. Here comes Riven. Is going to take down that top turret. Ward coming down in the dragon. Lee Sin coming up from behind, actually trying to make the steal, but it looks like the smite coming down from Mumu was able to keep it down. The ult coming off on Misfortune actually ends up hitting her against that wall. Flash over the wall from Lee Sin, making it out alive. Lee Sin actually ulted Misfortune to keep the rest of the team away. The problem is Misfortune actually hit the wall here. While she did get knocked back and stunned, and the rest of her team did get knocked up for that little bit of time, she wasn't actually knocked completely out, so Lee Sin did have to flash back over the wall to keep himself alive. Sona is a lone bot lane. Here comes Riven, possibly taking out a Mumu, but Mumu got ulted by Zillion. Riven, realizing that it wouldn't have done anything, backed off. It looks like she's going to be continuing to pressure mid. Both Riven and Tristana are mid, but bot is getting pushed really hard. Sona actually ults onto these two again, saving her life, but there goes mid turret down. So 3 turrets have been taken for the blue team, 1 mid and 2 top lane. Purple side, however, has only taken this top lane. That was happened a lot earlier, back when the dragon fight happened, and then Riven ended up back here at bottom lane. So the gold advantage obviously heading in towards blue's favor. 37,000 gold, 21 minutes into the game for the blue team. Purple side, however, sitting at 30,000 gold, and just going up ever so slowly. Lee Sin heading in towards to invade the bottom jungle. Looks like he wants to check that blue buff. Make sure that he could probably steal it again, and if he can't, then he has the blue timer up. There it is. Blue just popped back up. There he goes, pinging it down, knowing that animation is reset now. So Orianna in that red side jungle. Lee Sin actually might get caught out here. The bandage toss misses, however, as Lee Sin heads off towards the other side. Now Lee Sin is alone in this bush. Ward actually missed the bush entirely. But here comes Riven and Orianna coming in from behind, shielding Lee Sin, trying to catch everyone off guard with that ult. The ult is down for Orianna, but looks like Lulu having to flash out of this one, keeping herself alive from this Riven. Looks like 5v5 might happen here at bottom lane. Tristana was taking a lot of damage over that wall. All of them are leading in towards bot. Lee Sin kicking Mundo away, trying to keep his team alive. There is 2 here stuck in this bush off to the side. CrsSaintvicious heading towards bot. He did pop his ult, trying to get down there as quickly as he possibly can. Lee Sin is over the wall. He might be able to kick back and save Riven. Riven actually flashes over the wall while Lee Sin safeguards towards Riven. They both trade places. A nice Sona ult holds everyone in place, but that Amumu ult kept the Orianna and the Lee Sin right there in the bush for Misfortune to take down. CrsSaintvicious is actually taking out Orianna on this turret. He is tagged by that Q, and it looks like Misfortune and Tristana did get taken out here. Sona actually chasing down that Lulu. Lulu might make it out alive at this point. There it is. Lee Sin actually trying to fight this one down. Zillion did ult himself, but here comes Riven. She actually has her ult too. And there she might take down. There goes. Mundo goes down. She has her ult, but Zillion going to be speeding himself away. So that was a pretty good trade, actually, for Purple side. They did lose 2 people, but they killed 3 people in that process. So that was actually pretty big. And it looks like, no, it looks like, yeah, Riven did end up with that blue buff during all those trades. So they did lose their blue buff, but they did get one extra kill out of it. Now, every little bit helps. It's not like that one kill is gonna really put them back into the game, but a combination of a few of those kills happening, trying to keep ahead on the creeps, just little advantages that they can take are what's gonna really put them back into this game. Right now, blue team does have 41,700 gold, whereas purple team right now is sitting on 34,000. Misfortune does have her Bloodthirster and a Zeal, but that's just about it at this point. Amumu does have his Aegis of the Legion, building towards his Shirelias. Doesn't quite have the Randuin's build just up yet. Lulu getting down a Frozen Heart, and there comes Tristana heading towards down onto Misfortune. Misfortune taking a ton of damage. Tristana ulting and finishing her off. Keeping Tristana alive. That actually, that jump heading out of the little meteor shower of bullets there was what kept Tristana in a really good position from that last one. Anyways, Lulu looking towards to finishing up her Frozen Heart. Mundo at this point did finish a Warmog, so he is pretty tanky at this point. Ult coming down from Lulu onto Mundo, keeping him alive. Actually, that speed just making Mundo look absolutely insane. That's actually something everyone should see. A Mundo with Lulu ult and Zillion speed. He just absolutely looks fantastically awesome. Yeah, look, there he goes again. Yeah, that's just Mundo chasing a Tristana. Ain't no big deal. Tristana actually turning around on Zillion. Zillion making it back out alive, and CrsSaintvicious taking down Tristana. But all the while, right now, blue team looks like they're going to be trying to make a Baron happen. They're actually taking it down extremely fast, especially with that Riven doing a ton of damage. And there it goes. Blue team takes Baron Nashor. Amumu coming up from back. Sona actually flash ulting, but misses that. Amumu gets his ult on 3 people. Sona actually might get taken down from this one. And Ice Orianna pulls in Lulu and Amumu. Now, Lee Sin actually doing a ton of damage, lands the Q onto Lulu, but all the while, right now, Riven taking down Misfortune at mid. Zillion looks like he's slowing down Riven to try to make it out of this one alive, but gets caught by Lee Sin. Lee Sin lands the kick, and on the side, but CrsSaintvicious at that point took down both Orianna and Sona while all of this is going on. A really tanky Mundo trying to do quite a bit. Now that Q comes in from Lee Sin, putting down Mundo at a ton of health, and there it is, Riven finishing it off, helping push towards mid. Now Mumu is still alive, and he did go back to heal a little bit, but let's see if he can hold this one off. Yeah, it looks like blue team is just going to back out of this one, cut their losses, and just say, you know what, we got an advantage from that fight, let's keep it, let's get Dragon. There it is, 48,600 gold from blue team, 30 kills. Purple team, 19 kills and 38,000 gold, so that's an over 11,000, especially with that Dragon. That's an over 11,000 gold difference. That is just huge at this point. That's massive. That's pretty much the difference between a finished build and almost. So right now, Lee Sin and Riven with most of the gold on the team. Riven with 12,000, Lee Sin with 10.5. Whereas purple side looks like Mundo sitting at about 9,000 gold, and Misfortune at 8.25. So that's pretty huge difference. Now Misfortune did finally finish her Phantom Dancer, but it looks like Mundo, yeah, Mundo's going to be building towards that Randuin's, as that is a lot of health, and it's actually a lot of armor. Randuin's is so good. A lot of people don't actually build it early enough because of how tanky it is. It really keeps you alive. But yeah, it looks like Zillion probably going to be taking this blue buff down. Yeah, there it goes. Zillion making sure he gets the blue buff. So right now, from the blue side, Riven and Lee Sin both have the Baron buff at this point. Just kind of laughing it up, heading towards mid, trying to taunt the purple team into fighting. Lee Sin diving down onto the turret. Orianna ult popping down on Lulu. Lulu actually gets saved by the Zillion ult. Mundo actually might make it out alive from this one. The Dragon Kick coming in from Lee Sin, pushing Mundo away, and the rest of his ult, along with that Spirit Visage, keeping him alive. Misfortune actually finishes off Lee Sin during this, and then there comes Riven diving onto the team. Riven does have her Guardian Angel, so blue team took down a turret during all of this. Amumu saving his ult onto that Riven, flashing out of trying to keep himself alive, but it looks like Mundo getting taken down once again by that Riven. Tristana jumping in on top of the Lulu and the Zillion, but it looks like they're going to make it out alive as well. Mid turret going down. Looks like, yeah, there it is. The inhibitor coming down right after it. This is looking really, really, really good for blue team. If it wasn't already a nail in the coffin before, there is one now. 32 kills on the blue side and 20 on purple. There goes Mumu coming in. Bandage toss onto Sona. Sona might make it out alive. Stun coming in from Riven. She does have her ult up, and there it goes, finishing off a Mumu at this point. Lulu getting jumped on by Tristana. Might be able to make it out of this one alive. There it goes. She is trying to slow the team, but this Fortune actually taking a ton of damage. Getting saved by the Lulu ult and the Zillion ult, but the Zillion ult actually didn't take effect in just yet. Orianna Q coming in and then ulting down on top of it, trying to keep her team alive. Mundo actually really sped up, does have his ult and the Zillion buff. Running down mid, he might be able to... There's the flash coming in from Sona, dodging one of the Qs. Another ult coming down, trying to save her out of this one. But Tristana and Orianna coming in from the back. They actually might be able to take this one down. Lee Sin popping in on top of Mundo and Zillion. There comes the Orianna ball, spotting the Zillion. Lee Sin just pushing, putting all of that pressure on top of it. Zillion gets taken down. Mundo actually pushing into the team this time. Dragon Kick coming in, knocking Mundo away, but he does not have his ult anymore. And there he goes, Mundo going down. Purple team having a backup out of this one, as it is a 4v2, but his Fortune actually just battle moding it out in the bush, and Orianna gets the kill on it as well. There it comes, Lulu actually getting into a fight with Orianna, and whoa, the camera there, and there it is. The surrender coming in from purple team, blue team taking that one out. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for tuning in. Once again, my name is InSigmaTheory. You can catch me here on my YouTube. YouTube.com/InSigmaTheory, and when I live stream, you can see that over at Twitch. All the links will be included in below. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought, let me know if you liked it. If there was any major or glaring issues, just leave something. I appreciate all of it, even the bad stuff. That lets me know that I'm just absolutely terrible at this. But thanks again for watching. I'm InSigmaTheory. I'll see you next time.